This episode, we're going to be with our boy, Randy Taylor, in his home state of Mississippi.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, and not only is this episode going to be about Randy, and he has some success with the bow, and early season, and then, later in the season, he also gets to take his boys out, and, he's sharing the love of the outdoors with the next generation. So, pretty cool episode. So, y'all stay tuned.
That's what it's about. Having fun. My name is Randy Taylor. I'm from Ridgeland, Mississippi. I am the lobbyist for Mississippi Wildlife Department. I deal with legislators day in and day out. I'm married to Mimi, and I got two little boys, Briggs and Vaden. Both love to hunt as well. Hunting and fishing means, I hate to say it's my life, but when it's outdoors, that's the biggest hobby I have. And my wife and I pick on each other, but that's, hers is shopping and mine's hunting. And it's one thing she's never told me not to hunt. I might get reprimanded when I get home and have to do a lot of chores. But I grew up, every day during the summer, we were outdoors. Whether it was hunting, fishing, golf, whatever, it was just outdoors for me. And I started hunting when I was around 12 with my stepdad. He was big on this management deal. And, kind of back in that day, we went off of horns and whatever you wanted to shoot, but you had to always get bigger. And I would go to my dad's deer camp and see them, the camaraderie and hanging out and telling the jokes and making fun of each other. So I went to my stepdad, and he's the guy that owns, the majority of the land. And I just told him I wanted to form a deer camp. So I ended up actually getting into the deer camp, and I'm helping David Holloway run it now. I've been working with Mississippi Wildlife Department on, our management scheme, and now that we're kind of off the big horn thing and doing more of management on age and body weights. So it's fun, man. We build fires. We've got a lot of good people. We cook, we'll donate deer meat, and cook it for breakfast and things like that. And it's just fun. All right, we got this twisted oak protein block that we're gonna put out. And we're gonna pour it on this stump right here and see where we can get to come in.
Got him.
These bow cameras we're gonna put out this afternoon after we get through shooting our bows. We're gonna put on y'all's spot. Well, I'll find me another one.
You kill way more deer.
Well, I kill way more than Mr. John, that's for sure, right? Yeah. All right. The plus about these cameras here is, you have it on a tree, you get there, and when you walk up to the stand or to your, where you're hunting at and you want to see, you just press this little button, take this out, leave this on the tree, you get up there, you can check all your cameras and stuff. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Hey!
Yep, you check all your cameras there, all your pictures. It's pretty cool.
Right now we have 0.
Well, we haven't put it out yet, but we will. Aim. Pull back hard. Oh, that's close. All right, now don't grab it a little bit, get a little bit more fingers on there, just a little bit. There you go. Pull back. Yay! Yep, look. Kick that out. There you go, like that. There you go. Let it rest real easy. Now, use your fingertips. There you go. All right, remember you gotta grab that. There you go. Yep, there you go. That's it right there. These are my boys. This is Vaden Taylor and this is Briggs Taylor. What do y'all think about your first little bow shoot? Huh?
Good.
It's not bad, huh? You can't stand it. Oh my goodness. Let's go put a stand up. We got 2 more stands to hang, 3 total. All right, we got 1 down, 2 to go. Try to get in and get out real quick. It was supposed to be a northeast wind, changed to a southeast, so we had a stand on the other side. But anyway, so now we're gonna put one on this side, so stay tuned. This is gonna be, we're gonna stick it up right here. It's gonna be pretty good for a southeast wind. We think the deer's coming from here.
We could not be more grateful to these partners. To be consistently successful in the outdoors, you gotta have equipment that you rely on, and they definitely provide that. Again, thank you so much to these companies, and for more information, visit myworldoutdoors.com.
All right, folks, October 1st here in Mississippi. 85 degrees, normal weather for us. We're hunting a pretty good deer. I've been getting him on camera. There's a couple of them actually, but one of them's a mainframe 12 point. I call him Muley. He's got split G2s. He's a beast. So, I don't know. He's bedding. He's been bedding here. And over here we got a southeast wind which is blowing straight behind us, which is great. So, y'all stay tuned. This thing's pretty cool, man. I bought an extra one of these. You just take this one out, put the other one in, and you can check your camera right here sitting in here. I don't normally hunt on October 1st, just being so hot in Mississippi. We got mosquitoes and snakes and everything else, so I wasn't too excited about going. But we had a small buck come in, a couple does come in at first. I heard a stick break and looked to my right, and Braxton's like, dude, that's a buck. So I got to looking, and he came in up on the terrace, and so took the shot. Are you recording? Came and hunted a spot that I've had hung for 2 to 3 years now. I haven't even stepped foot. I've never even hunted it. And the wind was southeast. We got soybeans just right here. Oh, dude, I'm freaking.
Oh man, this is awesome.
Oh,
I mean, that happened so fast.
hey, you see that? The RX-5, baby. It is hands down. I had the RX-4 last year. And hands down is my favorite bow. And everybody says that, you know, every year that we got another bow coming out. We got another. I don't know if I want to swap bows. Seriously. Oh man. Hey, did that happen quick or what?
That was quick there, bud.
Big old brute, man. He ain't got the biggest rack in the world, especially not the deer that we were hunting. But he'll do for me. Opening day, I've never shot a buck opening day, ever. But anyway, I am tickled to death. That's what it's about. Having fun. I invited Braxton. Braxton's supposed to go to Missouri with me and film, and he said, well, man, let's go down this weekend and try it out. So we did, and he did a good job, I hope. It was a little dark, but this is my first and only weekend I'll get to hunt. I'm going to bear hunting next week with my Uncle Scoot in Virginia. So anyway, I'm pumped, and we'll see you back at Skinny Shed. The deer I shot was a 9 point, ended up being 5.5 after getting the jawbone back, which is what we're trying to do.
My name is William McKinley. I'm the Deer Program Coordinator with the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Mississippi has a history of deer management. If we go all the way back to the 1930s, deer were virtually exterminated from this state, and populations began to rebuild. Refuges were established to allow those animals to build back up. If we take it back to the 1970s, then MSU and our department, Mississippi Department of Wildlife, had went together to form and create the DMAP program, the Deer Management Assistance Program. It was designed to be a collaborative effort between a hunting club or / landowner, the agency, and the university in managing deer herds on a local basis, but then we gained that data to be able to look at a deer herd on a regional or county or statewide basis. That program has jumped to almost every state that has white-tailed deer has begun to use a form of the DMAP program. I once again recognize Mississippi State as one of the leaders in deer management out there, in deer management research. And that paradigm shift went from protect and don't shoot a doe to a paradigm shift of we need to take deer to balance a herd, to a paradigm shift of, well, maybe we need to let some deer start growing up. And wow, this really does work. And now, for the past few years, Mississippi's been leading the charge on the number of 4-year-old and older bucks being produced through our DMAP data. More bucks are reaching maturity in this state than ever before. Thus, by default, we're going to have more higher quality bucks out there. The science worked.
This segment's brought to you by Ozcut Broadheads. Tough, field point accurate, and designed to be sharpened and reused.
So after I took my early season deer, I wanted to concentrate on both of my boys. All right, folks, we're here in Mississippi. I got my son, Peyton, he's 12. The deer have been moving pretty well. We killed 2 bucks yesterday at our camp, so. Briggs would go every single time I went. He loves to hunt.
My little hunting buddy here was napping.
Waiting to go, but he's not, he's sit on the stand a couple days and he's done. I got my little man with me today. Big brother want to stay at home. That's good, ain't it? He likes to text and call girls. We hunted a really good spot, had a big 7-point coming in, and so Vaden wanted to go try his luck at that one. And do you look like he was hit? You don't know?
I don't know, I'm shaking so much.
I couldn't tell looking at this viewfinder. And Vaden took a shot and he missed, but he wasn't down. Briggs, he's using my dead eye. He kind of got off his game a little bit this year, his element. I was sitting on this stand right above us, if you can see it. And passed up a nice 9-point. He's a 5.5-year-old deer for sure. Good deer, especially a good deer for him. We're gonna wait on him. I don't know if they're gonna move or not. It's so hot, but we're gonna give it a try. We got him out of school a little early, but we're gonna get ready. Are you on him? Yeah, squeeze the trigger.
Right now.
Yeah, squeeze the trigger.
Honey.
Hold on. All right, squeeze the trigger. We shot a little high, went right over the back of the buck. We thought we made a good shot till we got it on TV, went back, and we even got a dog just to be sure, but it skimped it. So the deer's not hurt. So Briggs did have a couple misses this year, but he never got down on it. He's cheerful, so he steadily wanted to go back, and finally he got him, well, I guess it would be his biggest buck to date. Made a really good shot on him and a doe that day, so. All right, folks, I got my man, Briggs Deadeye Taylor right here. He is ready to rock and roll. We got our bog pod set up. If you don't have a bog pod for your child or yourself, get one. I love this thing. I use it more than he does. We usually have a bunch of does. We're going to do a management hunt today, hopefully. We've been on kind of management
hunt all year. Just hadn't seen a deer that I wanted to shoot. There is an 8-point in here that I'll let him shoot. But we need some meat for the freezer. So we're gonna pop a doe, aren't we? Maybe 2. Depends on how many I want to clean. We're on the D map, so we're able to shoot more than 1 does. We could shoot 3 to 4 does in the afternoon. We have the permits and tags for that, so in case that happens, you'll know. I think Briggs can go here and take a little nap, aren't you? No? Good. Well, we're going to show Mr. John how we shoot. How about that? Okay.
We had several does come out, and I asked him, did he want to shoot? He said yes. I was behind the camera. It looked like she jumped. Like she kicked. I think he got a shot. That's a good shot. Hey.
It's not the longest shot I've ever done.
That's a long shot. That's 150 yards.
How long was my 8 point?
About 130. Well, we're gonna give her a minute. Big old buck might walk out. We might shoot him. What you think? And as we're doing an interview, I look up and a buck comes out further down the field. And I asked him, I said, do you want to try the shot? And he said, yes, sir. And we've been practicing a pretty good bit at camp, you know, on shooting. So he took the shot and actually dropped the deer. So I was pretty stoked about that, and he was too.
Wait, did I get him? Did I get him?
We're gonna ease back to camp, get some lights, give these deer a couple, about 30 minutes, and go back in after them. Stay tuned. Well, Briggs got it done tonight. He killed him the doe first, made a heck of a shot on her right behind the shoulder. We hit the buck a little high, which is fine. Hey, we recovered, didn't we? Good job. Preacher and Lauren, my men behind me, had to come help us. I'm colorblind, so I can't see them. So can't see the blood. But anyway, we're fixing to get in here and clean them. That's a little management for our property, and I think we've done pretty well about doing some management work this year. So now maybe the big boys step out next week. What do you think? Are you gonna say anything or what? Thumbs up. Good job. Yeah.
This segment's brought to you by Hoyt Archery. Almost a century of innovation continues today. Get serious. Get Hoyt.
The first picture we ever had of him, literally the deer looks like E.T. I mean, it had 0 hair on him. It was real red looking. The next year, he actually got a little bit more hair. I didn't know what was wrong with him. Nobody wanted to shoot him because nobody wanted to touch him. So I went to Mississippi Wildlife Department and talked to William McKinley, and he was saying that, you know, it's very common, but it's okay to go ahead and take the deer out. So we got there that evening. We actually decided to drive the Ranger all the way to our spot because the deer are coming out a long ways away across the creek. Just had 2 bucks fighting in the woods and wouldn't come out. Hopefully they come out a little later. This deer actually came out early, and I could tell he had a knot up underneath his jaw there. So I told Braxton, I was like, dude, I said, this is a good deer to take. This is what we're trying to do here, the management deal, and the deer is obviously not getting any better. And that was a deer that we got on the management list that we wanted to take. He's probably 7.5 years old. Probably scores 80 inches. Anyway, I'm tickled, man. Management deer, whatever, I don't care. I'm tickled and pumped. It's called the Death Grip Bog Pod. I suggest you go buy you one. All right, folks, this is him. We call this the mange deer. JV, a buddy of mine, had it scoped the other day, and after talking about it, we decided to go ahead and take it. Talked to my manager, Andy. He's kind of the deer guru around here. He gets all the pictures, and he's had years and years of this deer. Although his rack doesn't look it, we'll take his jawbone out and we'll show you all that tonight. If you're gonna manage a place, you gotta take deer like this off of it. So I'm pretty tickled. He's not a 170 by any means, but a 6.5, 7.5-year-old deer I'm happy with any time. So, all right, we're gonna get the jawbone out of this deer. We found out that this deer has actually got what they call red mange. All right, folks, we just got the jawbone out. He's as old as we thought he was. I think he's 6.5, I would say. No, you probably can't tell, it's hard to tell, but anyway, that is what you call a good management deer. After the kill in October, my season kind of started going down. Yes, I ended up getting the management deer towards the end of the season, but so, I mean, our whole goal and scheme is all about management. If we have a 10-point on camera that's 140 inches, we're gonna, a lot of times, agree to pass that deer up to see if he'll get bigger. I still consider it a successful year. You know, it's not about me killing a big 170 every year, so.
That was a lot, man. That decoy works. I got nervous.
Ultimately, he didn't kill like one of the big deer that he's used to killing in the state, but he killed a great buck on open day, and then killed some management deer along the way, and then most importantly, he got his boys outside.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, not only got them outside, but actually, they found some success.
Yes, they did.
What capped my year off was actually hanging out with the kids. I mean, that's what we do. I don't know, it would be fine with me every day if they went hunting with me. I really enjoy that. It's special to me. It don't matter what kind of year you have when you have kids involved, so.
So I'm super proud of Randy for that aspect of it.
I'm happy for Randy. I can't go super proud.
I'm super proud of Randy.
I'm just kidding, dude. You know I love you.